You heard briefly from Richard Kurland in Jeff's story. He joins me now. Richard wrote an opinion piece for CBC about how to stop these kinds of scams. He's an immigration lawyer based in Vancouver. Richard, how concerned should we be with what CBC uncovered?
We should be very concerned because the economic class is the largest source of migrants to Canada. The express entry system, our brand new, relatively new system for selection of our permanent residents, our citizens of the future, is dependent on accurate information and documents. When we have seen as paper job scams in significant numbers taint the pool of people coming to this country permanently, it's a big question mark. To put it bluntly, you cannot have as a key flow into Canada of our new permanent residents cases that are ripe with fraud, job scams, and have no one check up on this and have no decision to do the right thing, allocate enforcement resources, and frankly, we're faced with doing something unpleasant and expensive. We're going to have to start interviewing people again, as we've done during Canada's immigration past.
Richard, who would you say are the biggest victims in cases like this?
Well, we've seen this game before. The biggest victims in this is the immigration program and Canadian society. We don't let people into Canada who lie their way in. It makes a mockery of our human capital selection system when the measure of human capital, Canadian work experience, is bought by cash, conspiracy, and criminality. It's a direct threat to the integrity of Canada's immigration program. You're not supposed to be able to buy your way into this country with a wad of cash, a false job, and artificial eligibility for permanent residence. We've seen this in other areas of Canada's immigration program, notably false spousal cases. You have two conniving people, husband and wife, let's say, and one says, you give me a wad of cash, I'm going to get a Canadian permanent resident visa. There's no victim. Well, yes, there is, our Canadian immigration program. The solution, the fix, well, Immigration Canada woke up and lo and behold began interviewing husband and wife, spouses, together and separately. Eventually, the story cracked. Now, we apply the same fix, the same solution to these employer-employees. Put them in an immigration center, interview them together and separately, and see if the story sticks. These are highly trained officers with years of experience. They can crack a false story in a matter of minutes. So it may be expensive in the short run, but we need a deterrent effect. We need to signal to the world at large that this may have happened in significant numbers in the past, but the game is up because these employees will be subject to interview by our trained professional officers.
Very interesting stuff. Thanks so much, Richard.
Welcome.